and I am heading a section which also deals with coastal security in the Western Naval Command. And I think you have already met my team, Captain Rohit Nambiar. He is the Command Coastal Security Officer. He oversees all the policy matters and the directives related to coastal security in the entire Western Naval Command. I think you have already met Commander Pujari. He is the in charge of the Joint Operations Center where we are located. And I'm sure you have already interacted often with Captain Swarninder and Captain Mehul Karnich. So I hope all of you had a good briefing. अच्छे से आपको समझाया है, आपको inputs वगैरह दे दिया है सभी ने. That's very nice to know. So in case you have any queries, I'll be very happy to answer that. And we have also given you a media brief. This media brief is in addition to the media brief that has been provided by the Indian Navy, which has already been published on the PIB portal. This brief I have tried to keep it, we have tried to keep it specifically pertaining to the Western Naval Command, because as you must have been briefed, the exercise is being conducted all over the country, but they are being run by the respective naval commands. So the brief that I have handed you over is specific to the Western Naval Command. Further details are available in the PIB brief that I'm sure you will be sharing it with them.
It has been shared, yes.
Yeah, wonderful. So in case there are any queries, I'll be very happy to answer that. In case you have any doubts or any clarifications, obviously related to Coastal Defence Exercise Sea Vigil, I'll be very happy to answer that.
Sir Sharma from Doordarshan.
Yeah,
This
we'll
date
give
is-
ladies first.
Okay.
Yeah.
This date is not kept in mind with the Maharashtra elections.
No, it is been kept in mind with Maharashtra elections. Actually, as you must have been briefed, it is being done all over the country. It involves 6 ministries and nearly 20 agencies. So to be able to get hold of all of them in a manner which is coordinated is a difficult challenge, as you will realize. Notwithstanding, we approached the Maharashtra state government and they gave us their full support that except for the actual dates of 20th and 21st, they will give wholehearted support, and they are giving wholehearted support for the other activities also. As you are aware, it is being done over a period of about 10 days. The main exercise is on 20th and 21st. As a precursor to that, there are a lot of activities that are happening. So except for the state of Maharashtra, where we are getting wholehearted support for the other activities, it will be run in all the other locations simultaneously.
Rina,
Yeah.
okay.
He had put up his hand.
सर ये इंड्रो स्पेस बेस
Transponders.
मुझे जितना याद है लास्ट जब यूजी में था तभी वो अंडर पायलट प्रोजेक्ट थी.
हाँ.
Still you are saying it is under pilot project. तो ये कब तक इम्प्लीमेंट होगा?
इसका डेट मैं तो नहीं दे पाऊंगा बिकॉज आई एम नॉट डीलिंग विद इट डायरेक्टली. वी आर मॉनिटरिंग दिस इशू एंड ये बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट इशू है बिकॉज आप जैसे जानते हैं कि समंदर में इतने सारे जहाज होते हैं, हज़ारों जहाज होते हैं, एंड अगर हज़ारों जहाज का आइडेंटिटी हर एक को जाके पूछना है तो इट इज़ अ इम्पॉसिबल टास्क. तो इसके लिए हमने क्या किया है कि हर एक जहाज पे एक ट्रांसपॉन्डर रहेगा जो ऑटोमेटिकली उसका इन्फॉर्मेशन देगा, एंड वो इन्फॉर्मेशन थ्रू सैटेलाइट बेस्ड प्रोसेसिंग हम लोग एक जगह पे मॉनिटर करते रहेंगे कि अगर एक एरिया में कौन कौन से जहाज है हमको इंस्टेंटली पता चल जाएगा. सो अगर सपोज 20 जहाज है, वो 20 में से 19 का हमारे पास इन्फॉर्मेशन है, तो हमको ये आसानी हो जाती है कि जो 20वां है उसको जाके इन्वेस्टिगेट कर सकते हैं कि उसका वेरिफिकेशन कर सकते हैं पेपर्स वगैरह का. अभी दिस इज़ अ वेरी मैसिव प्रोजेक्ट एंड इट इज़ दैट इज़ वाई इट इज़ बीइंग स्टीयर्ड बाय इसरो. एंड इसको अगर पूरे कोस्ट पे करना है तो इट इन्वॉल्व्स अ लॉट ऑफ टेक्निकल एक्सपर्टीज, एंड दिस इज़ बीइंग डन फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम इन आवर कंट्री, एंड इट इज़ one of the few countries which is doing it. So understandably the technology is very advanced and it will entail a lot of trials and adjustments and all that. So therefore it is still in progress, and but it is being pursued very very enthusiastically by the concerned ministries. Yeah.
आपसे जानना चाहूँगी, मेरा नाम रीना है, I'm from Virginia. जब इतना बड़ा आप कोई ऑपरेशन करते हैं तो मुझे ये जानने की इच्छा है कि आप इसके पहले की क्या क्या तैयारियां होती हैं, क्या क्या स्टेप्स लिए जाते हैं, ताकि जैसे कहते हैं वो प्री प्रोडक्शन अगर बहुत स्ट्रांग होता है तो पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन अच्छा हो जाता है. और ऐसे में इन सब में कितना मनी, इफ़ यू वांट टू शेयर, कितना इसमें मनी आपको इन्वेस्ट करना पड़ता है ताकि हमारा देश सुरक्षित है?
सबसे पहले तो मैं ये आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि इंडियन नेवी, इंडियन कोस्ट गार्ड एंड ऑल दी सिक्योरिटी एजेंसीज हर समय तैनात रहते हैं। ऐसे नहीं है कि फॉर एग्जांपल कि जैसे आपने एग्जांपल दिया था प्रोडक्शन लाइन का, फैक्ट्री में एक असेंबली लाइन जो होता है वो चलते रहता है। अगर आपको कोई प्रोड्यूस करना है तो देन यू नो इंक्रीज द कैपेसिटी। उसी तरह से वी आर ऑलवेज अलर्ट एंड वी आर ऑलवेज डिप्लॉयड। When we are deployed, there are certain activities which we want to do it in a specific manner so that we are able to respond or gauge our responses to the specific district. So there is nothing elaborate that we need to prepare. It is just that whatever procedures, SOPs we are doing, we put it together. हम सब एकत्रित करते हैं and then we decide कि अच्छा इस समय ऐसे ऐसे करना है। उसके लिए as far as CVGIL is concerned, since there are so many ministries, so many agencies that are involved, what we do is we inform all of them. We have coordination meetings at various levels, at the command level, at the state level, at the district level. सारे concerned agencies के authorities को बुलाते हैं, उनसे डिस्कस करते हैं, हम अपना प्लान्स उनके साथ डिस्कस करते हैं। उसके बाद डिटेल्ड प्लान्स बना के उनको देते हैं। फिर उसके बाद देन वी हैव समथिंग कॉल्ड कोस्टल डिफेंस एंड सिक्योरिटी रेडीनेस इवैल्यूएशन, CDSRE बोलते हैं, तो आपको मीडिया ब्रीफ में भी दिया हुआ है। दिस इज सम काइंड ऑफ अ वीक लॉन्ग एक्टिविटी, लगभग एक वीक का होता है, जिसमें हम इंडिपेंडेंट टीम्स फॉर्म करते हैं। ये टीम्स में मेंबर्स हर जगह से हैं, नेवी से हैं, कोस्ट गार्ड से हैं, पुलिस से हैं, कस्टम से हैं, फिशरीज डिपार्टमेंट से, बहुत सारे टीम्स है WNC में। ये लोग हर जगह जाते हैं एंड फॉर एग्जांपल कोई लाइट हाउस में चले गए, वहाँ पे वो जो जाके देखेंगे कि वहाँ का अरेंजमेंट्स क्या है, वहाँ का सिक्योरिटी प्रिपेयर्डनेस क्या है, एंड वो एक रिपोर्ट सबमिट करेंगे एंड जो एजेंसी कंसर्न है हम उनको बताएंगे कि ये आपको इम्प्रूव करना है, ऐसे करना है। सो स्पेसिफिकली फॉर CVGIL, this is what we are doing. We are carrying out a week-long CDSRE. It is a very elaborate exercise spread over the entire course. So to sum up, the forces are generally always prepared to respond to any emergency, and for this exercise some limited amount of coordination and meetings are done. As far as the financial aspects are concerned, I am not privy to the financial implications, so I will not be able to comment anything. हाँ बोलिए।
Swami here from Eurasian Times.
Morning.
First of all, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. And my question is, what are the reasons we have identified that there the Gujarat coast is becoming a drug mafia?
See, as far as the specific issue is concerned, the narcotics and smuggling, all that falls under the customs and other agencies. So I do not have direct access to the information that is privy to them. There are some important information that is conveyed to us. Perhaps it is because of the location of that coast. That must be one of the reasons. Whereas the rest of the peninsular India, it is far away from any other countries. So it becomes probably logistically more easier to do it in Gujarat. So therefore, that must be the reason. Otherwise,
In that case, even Mumbai is close.
that's right.
But we have rarely seen any activities in Mumbai area, but we have in most of Gujarat activities are in focus.
So I am not aware whether comparatively Gujarat is higher and Maharashtra is lower. What I am aware is that the measures that have been put in place are equally stringent all over the country, and there has been a significant reduction in these kind of activities, which I can say with a lot of confidence. In fact, Indian Navy is also involved in a lot of operations related to this very frequently, and some of them keep coming out in the media also. So if you are feeling, if you have a perspective that it is much better in Maharashtra, I am very confident that it will be equally the same in Gujarat also. I do not have any reason to believe that it is not as competent or as effective in Gujarat. The security agencies are very, very, I would say, intent on ensuring that these kind of activities are minimized.
So I have one second question.
Yeah.
If you could brief us, if any Indian manufacturer, private
Okay, so
It is relevant to coastal security.
yeah. No, actually it is not relevant, but I'll just help you out. It has got no concern. Yeah, it is as a aside. There is the government of India has got a very elaborate procedure, and the Ministry of the Defence and the Ministry of External Affairs have got some very streamlined procedures. So they follow those procedures. We are already exporting a lot of arms and equipment.
So there are only two permissions from MEA and
No, I am not aware. I do not deal with it, so I do not have first-hand information. I am just conveying that in my previous knowledge, there are elaborate procedures that are in place by MOD and MEA, and maybe others also. I am just trying to help you out with some, with a perspective.
CSN 1 का जो completion हुआ है उसका थोड़ा बताइए exactly completion के benefits क्या है CSN 2 कब तक complete होगा?
अच्छा, CSN बाकी लोगों के भलाई के लिए स्टैंड्स फॉर कोस्टल सर्वेलेंस नेटवर्क. नाउ ये दो फेज़ में किया गया था, कर रहे हैं. दो फेज़ में, पहला फेज़ में ऐसा था कि बेसिकली कोस्टल सर्वेलेंस नेटवर्क ये होता है कि पूरे कोस्ट में, जैसे उन्होंने आपके ब्रीफिंग में बताया होगा, पूरे कोस्ट में बहुत सारे जगह पे रडार्स एंड सेंसर्स इंस्टॉल किए हैं. नाउ ये रडार्स एंड सेंसर्स किस लिए इंस्टॉल किए हैं? सो दैट अगर कोई छोटा जहाज या कोई अनलॉफुल जहाज हमारे कोस्ट के नज़दीक आ रहा है, then we are able to detect it and we are able to take action promptly. Now, for the benefit of all of you, I will inform you that the coastline that is under Maharashtra, under Western Naval Command is over 2,500 kilometers. So, you will understand that to monitor these 2,500 kilometers physically is a challenge. And since we have such advanced technology, we are making use of the technology to monitor and carry out surveillance in these coastal areas. That is the purpose of the coastal surveillance network. It has been installed in a lot of locations already. So the installation, if I am correct, was completed in, okay, I do not have the date, but it was completed several years back. And after that, there was a requirement to install additional stations in several other locations, including our island territories, and that is already in progress and that will get completed soon. The specific dates, I am not privy to the specific project dates, but the CSN phase 2 is also in progress and it will get completed very soon.
Any numbers sir कितने additional
Those details I do not have it right now. I remember it offhand, but I do not want to give you any incorrect figures lest they become wrong. He'll share it with you.
So in this exercise, it's also to see the readiness of attack from the sea.
That's right.
Are there going to be dummy attacks in this?
Yes, there will be a lot of dummy attacks, and basically there will be teams that will be formed. Those teams will be formed by other, some of our members only, Navy, Coast Guard, Fisheries, Police, Customs, and they will be given some specific objectives that you have to carry out attacks on those locations. That is the way to evaluate the readiness of the security organization, that you have an intruder and then you test whether they are able to prevent the intrusion or subsequent actions.
So can you give the names of the locations?
No, obviously not.
Okay.
Yeah. No, the reason is not for anything else, because we do not want to divulge the exercise details. Otherwise, the defending team will come to know. It is like providing information. It is to the defending forces. So that is it.
So we include Army or Air Force in this exercise?
Yes, very much. Army and Air Force is very much part of this. Army, Air Force, Navy and the Coast Guard are the principal players. Other principal players are the State Marine Police, the State Police also, Customs, Fisheries, Director General of Lighthouse and Lightships, Director General of Shipping, CISF, Border Security Force. All these are major players. There are a number of other players also. All the organizations and agencies which are associated with coastal security, coastal defense, maritime security, all of them will be participating in this exercise which is going on.
Fishermen organizations?
Yes, very much. Fishermen's organization also. If you want, I will be happy to share some information that, like I told you, the coastline is quite huge, and it is very difficult for us to monitor the entire coastline. So therefore, we have realized over the years that the fishing community is a very vital aspect of our security apparatus. हम लोग उनको बोलते हैं, वी कॉल देम दी आईज एंड ईयर्स, कि दे आर दी वंस हु विल बी, दे आर स्टेइंग अलॉन्ग द कोस्ट एंड दे विल बी एबल टू फाइंड आउट इफ देर इज एनीथिंग अनटूवर्ड हैपनिंग. For example, I'll give you a very very simple example. All the boats which are operating in some location, all the fishermen, they are seeing those boats day in and day out. हर रोज वो boats को देख रहे हैं. अचानक कोई अलग बोट आ गया तो इमीडिएटली उनको सबसे पहले पता चल जाता है, बिकॉज हर रोज वो देख रहे हैं, तो वो तैनात कर देते हैं. दे इन्फॉर्म द पुलिस और द फिशरीज डिपार्टमेंट, एंड then the security apparatus kicks into action. By the way, I would like to share with you that the fishermen community in the past have been very very effective in alerting us to some of the incidents that have occurred, and we continue to place a lot of reliance on the fishing community to act as the coastal as the eyes and ears. When I say fishing community, all the communities which are located in the coastal areas, so I'm just using a generic term, so they are a very important component of that. So we will be having their participation also.
तो ऐसा इंसिडेंट हुआ जैसे कलर कोडिंग और सेम की कंप्लीट हो चुके हैं बोर्ड के
हाँ.
कि एक्सटर्नली मतलब सम अनलॉफुल बोट है उनका कलर कोडिंग करके आया हो.
अनलॉफुल बोट तो ऐसे कभी आया नहीं है अभी तक. वो कलर कोडिंग हैज़ बीन अ वेरी वेरी इफेक्टिव मीन्स टू आइडेंटिफाई. बाकी लोगों के भलाई के लिए बताता हूँ कि एक स्टेट के जो सारे बोट्स रजिस्टर्ड है वो सारे एक रंग के होते हैं. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल हमारे जो व्हीकल्स है, कार्स हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल एक सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूँ. जो महाराष्ट्र रजिस्टर्ड कार्स है वो सारे लाल रंग के होंगे. जो गोवा रजिस्टर्ड कार्स है वो सारे ग्रीन रंग के होंगे. आई एम जस्ट गिविंग अ सिंपल एग्जांपल. Similarly, all the boats which are registered in a particular state are of a particular color, and you will appreciate that जो boats हैं महाराष्ट्र के जनरली महाराष्ट्र के आसपास ही जाते हैं, गोवा के जनरली आसपास ही जाते हैं. तो अगर कोई गोवा का बोट गुजरात में आ गया तो इंस्टेंटली पता चल जाता है अच्छा ये बाहर वाला है. अगर देख के नहीं पता चलता, एटलीस्ट कलर कोडिंग से तो पता चल जाता है. So this color coding has been a very very effective means of identifying if there are any intruders. As far as unlawful intrusion is concerned, that has not happened, but this color coding has been very very effective for detecting any kind of unlawful intrusion.
सर आपने बोला कि फिशरमैन अलर्ट होते हैं, इसके कारण कुछ इंसिडेंट आप अवॉइड कर पाए, आपको स्पेसिफिकली उनके लिए पता है?
These incidents have been there in the media also, and right now, do I recollect anything?
इनफैक्ट ओवर द इयर्स काफ़ी सारे ऐसे इंसिडेंट्स हुए एंड दी सिक्योरिटी अथॉरिटीज दे हैव रिवॉर्डेड दी, दे हैव फीटेड आल्सो दी फिशरमैन कम्युनिटी हु हैव गिवन इनपुट्स व्हिच हैज हेल्प्ड इन डीलिंग विद द सिक्योरिटी.
रेगुलर बेसिस पे हो रहे हैं या
नहीं, इनफैक्ट बहुत कम हो गए हैं अभी. आई विल नॉट बी एबल टू गिव यू दी फिगर्स, बट बहुत कम हो गए हैं. एटलीस्ट इन द लास्ट 4-5 ईयर्स से बहुत कम हो गए हैं.
ड्यू टू फिशरमैन?
Due to the participation of the fishermen, yes.
So when 26/11 happened, this was not the scene.
Uh,
They were not involved, the fishermen community.
So there was some kind of a limited participation, but then when 26/11 happened, before 26/11 happened, the government of India had already started instituting a lot of measures for the last several years. In the early 2000s itself, it had started instituting a lot of measures to improve coastal security, coastal defense. When 26/11 happened, it gave a trigger, it gave a impetus, and there were a lot of lessons learned. So based on those lessons learned, one of the important lessons that was realized was the participation of fishing community can be a very very important aspect, and therefore we will be able to get their participation also.
I think we'll
Okay, if there are no further questions.